The Iranian supreme leader appears to be seeking to play down expectations of a breakthrough in nuclear negotiations with the United States following talks at the weekend, saying he's neither overly optimistic nor pessimistic about the prospects of success. Iran's battered currency has gained against the dollar in the past few days, with many Iranians hoping that a deal to end Tehran's economic isolation may be within reach. Iran has been hit by inflation, unemployment and a lack of investment as a result of crippling sanctions reimposed after Donald Trump withdrew from the 2015 nuclear pact during his first term in office. A second round of talks, meanwhile, will be held this weekend. Well, the United States and other Western powers accuse Tehran of seeking nuclear weapons, but Iran claims that its program is for civilian purposes only. Well, for more on The View from Washington, let's course live to our correspondent there. Fraser Jackson is standing by for us. Fraser, what exactly is the Trump administration's position currently when it comes to Iran? There has been some mixed messaging.
Yeah, there's certainly been some mixed messaging because when we were going into these talks on Saturday, then it was believed that the United States, that US position was that they wanted a total dismantling of Iran's nuclear program. And then Steve Witkoff, the man who Donald Trump has tasked with speaking to Iran through these mediator talks in Oman, kind of said something slightly different to Fox News. He said the president means what he says, which is Iran cannot have a bomb. He then said that the ongoing conversation with Iran will be about enrichment and weaponization, with the imperative to verify any agreed commitments, continuing Iran does not need to enrich past 3.67%. In some circumstances, they're at 60%, in other circumstances, 20%. Now, he's saying, therefore, that you don't need to enrich beyond that 3.67% for a civil nuclear program. That, of course, being the same number that was agreed upon in the 2015 deal that the Obama administration reached with Iran and various other countries as well. Well, the confusion then came about because it seemed in those talks that Witkoff had suggested that Iran could still continue enriching uranium for a nuclear civil program as long as they didn't enrich that uranium all the way up to weapons grade uranium. Well, these questions then being put to Caroline Levitt at the briefing, and it fell ultimately to Witkoff to clarify things on Twitter on Tuesday, where he said a deal with Iran will only be completed if it is a Trump deal. Any final arrangement must set a framework for peace, stability and prosperity in the Middle East, meaning that Iran must stop and eliminate its nuclear enrichment and weaponization program. It is imperative for the world that we create a tough, fair deal that we will endure, and that is what President Trump has asked me to do. Of course, that deal that was in place before was put in place under the Obama administration in 2015, and Trump pulled out of it in 2018 and has been a staunch critic of that deal, saying it was an unfair deal and that it wasn't harsh enough on Iran. Well, the talks to get some kind of new deal that Trump wants to continue in Oman this Saturday. They will be once again mediated by Oman, and Trump has spoken to the Sultan of Oman on Tuesday, who is mediating these talks along with his top diplomats. And Caroline Levitt, the press secretary, said that the president's bottom line in those talks is that he doesn't want Iran to have a nuclear weapon.
Fraser, for now, thank you so much. That is Fraser Jackson, our correspondent in Washington.